Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're talking about the one, the only Turbo, right? We're going to dive into some stats very, very quickly. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, I just pretty much want to ask, how are you guys upholding, right? How are you guys feeling? I know obviously things have been down. And this is just a general question. You don't even need to be holding Turbo, but I am asking this on a Turbo video. As you know, a lot of you do love this coin, and you do, like when I cover this coin. So, how are you holding up? Are you optimistic? Are you pessimistic about the market? Are you worried about your positions? Are you going to be buying more? Just you don't have to answer all the questions. I'm just curious. Just trying to connect with my audience. Just trying to see where your guys' head at. I know sometimes you guys leave comments and express yourself in other videos or other Turbo videos, but in this one in particular, I'm just very, very curious to be reading the comments of how people are feeling and such, right? So ladies and gentlemen, we will be diving into the charts. We will be diving into any news. In terms of big news, there is no big news for Bitcoin, which I will cover Bitcoin but just shortly. We can see Bitcoin, generally speaking, has been going sideways, right? It has been going sideways, pretty much ranging from like 86,000, right under 86,000 to 86,500, very, very slowly. But Turbo has actually been bleeding out despite Bitcoin not really doing anything, right? We can see that, let's just take it from like midnight Saturday to now, we have dropped off 5%, and we are creating pretty much lower highs. We even can see this on the hourly very, very clear, right? We can see this, like this, and like this, and like this. And even though there is a little bit of support here, this is most likely going to be getting smashed through. The reason I already said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it again, is because there is no real support. We can see when we go on the 4-hour chart, there is just no real support. So that is the problem with when a coin or something pumps very, very hard. I didn't expect it to be happening this time around, but eventually, with most things, the price does get mirrored, where when something sells off or pumps very, very hard, usually the opposite happens, right? So if this pumps really hard, we kind of will just be dropping down to 0.0015 area. But it's going to be the same thing when things start pumping, right? We have a huge dump the last 3 months, generally speaking. So this should be mirrored once things start pumping. And yes, I am still optimistic about this coin. I am still optimistic overall about alts. Things just might be a little different. We might not get the crazy prices as we think. ICP to 200, Caspa to $3, Render to 120. It might just be like Render to 60, Caspa to $1. We'll see when the time comes. Turbo, maybe instead of Turbo going to 30-40 cents, maybe maximum it goes to like 5 or 10 cents. We'll have to see. That is just all speculation. That is just all talk at the moment. Of course, for us to start seeing reversals, we need to start seeing Bitcoin go up, and we obviously, for altcoin season, we need Bitcoin dominance to get absolutely destroyed, right? That is just how it works. Also, it does suck that Ethereum is one of the worst performing top coins, right? Absolutely diabolical when it comes to that. When we go to here, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that since we are losing, since we are slowly going down, that means we are losing market cap. Volume is really low, but remember, this is being recorded on a Saturday, so volume is always terrible. I do expect things to turn around with Turbo, especially in volume, right? That's just how it always is. Volume is just terrible on Saturday. We literally saw Bitcoin flatlining, but it is what it is. We can see we are losing our rank. We are 244th. Just the other day, not too long ago, we were around 182. So we are bleeding out very, very slowly. When we go to the Ether scan, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that we're still roughly around 53,000 holders. Pretty much gaining one, losing a couple, but more or less pretty much flatlining, which is still a good sign. It is still a good sign, generally speaking. Pretty much flatlining during tough times is not a bad thing or thing to be complaining about. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the thing we wanted. This is not the most optimal scenario, But unfortunately, that is just how the markets have been. I do think, ladies and gentlemen, there is still going to be a revival for most coins. For me, it is, like I said, is going to happen when Bitcoin dominance will start getting wrecked. As of right now, I do expect Bitcoin dominance to still probably go up to the 69% area. And no, not just because it's a great number for multiple reasons, but because of the type of candles I see over here. Once we get to here, that's probably where we're going to get some reversal signs, some crashing signs, and that's probably when coins like Turbo and Render and other coins are going to start pumping. That is most likely when we are going to get the true pump, okay? That is when we're going to get the true pump. I know a lot of people are tired and they're, exhausted, but ladies and gentlemen, nothing will change until this happens, right? We won't see the big 20% days consistently until this happens, and that includes Turbo, okay? That includes Turbo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will say when it comes to meme coins, I am still very, very optimistic about Turbo, okay? It is still one of the top meme coins for me and still one of the better plays. Now, obviously, I do think top 5 is kind of solidified to have a very, very great recovery. I said this before and I'll say it again. We probably won't be breaking into top 5. We had a chance before, but then Trump created his own coin, and that absolutely pretty much officially kicked us out. You have to remember, we are still, even though we are bleeding out and we do have a lot of imbalance in a certain area, you have to realize a lot of these coins are in the dump. In fact, when we actually go and start looking at market cap, even though we are kind of down, we can see Toshi, right? Remember, Toshi just had higher market cap than us not too long ago, and Toshi is already below us. GigaChad is in the absolute dumps. We have Meme, we have Nero, right? Nero is an absolute book of meme. I mean, you got to remember, some of these coins peaked higher than us, right? Some of these coins were, at billions of market cap. Some of these coins just not too long ago were really, really holding. So, it is not the best for all coins, generally speaking. Mog coin, I mean, look how fast Mog coin is dropping, right? We're not too far away from overtaking Mog coin. You gotta remember, this was much higher too. Popcat was also higher. Baby Doge was higher. Not coin. This AI coin, remember, it is down massively. I mean, it is down massively. When we go to the market cap, we can see pretty much back in early January, this hit like what, 2.5 billion market cap. That is what, 3 times more or less the amount that we ever hit. And we can see that yes, we are below this coin in terms of market cap, but just by roughly 50-60 million market cap, which don't worry, 50-60 million market cap, yes, that is a decent gap between coins, of course, but this coin was literally 3 times bigger. So like I said, this isn't a Turbo issue. This is not a Turbo issue. This is an every type of coin issue. Pengu has fallen off the earth, down over 90%. Milena, I mean, Milena is going to do decent because of it's pretty much rigged and has big institutions behind it. WIF is down to 500 million market cap, right? You got to remember, some of these coins were really, really doing well. Pepe, obviously, Pepe is going to do solid. All the big boys are going to do solid, but a lot of these coins are struggling, even though some coins are pumping. As you can see, if we go to market cap and let's go to the year, right? I do believe these coins will fall off sooner than later. Some coins might stay. For me, I still believe heavily in Turbo. Something like Peanut still, right? Go to something like Peanut, go to all, right? We can see back in mid-November, this thing pretty much was at 2 billion market cap, upwards of 2.2 billion. And now it has almost the same amount of market cap as us. So yeah, not looking so good when it comes to these coins. Nero, I mean, Nero is getting absolutely destroyed. Nero is getting absolutely destroyed. We were just at decent market cap, not too long ago, and we can just see we are melting. We are melting, and this coin is probably going to drop all the way to the dumps. So I know it's rough for Turbo, boys and girls, but you got to realize it is rough for many coins, and many coins are losing rankings faster than us. And they are also on pace as losing as much market cap or volume as us, and they were started up much higher too. So like I said, ratios ultimately better for most coins. Actually, when we do go down a little bit lower, right, we have to also realize degen. Jesus, remember degen was actually a decent market cap. Some of these coins were at a decent market cap. Mudang down to 40 million. This other version of Nero, Slurf absolutely in the dumps. The Tate, Pepe Unchained. This was actually caught me by surprise a little bit, but this one's in the dumps too. Wojak. I mean, damn. Right, it is just not looking good. It is not looking good. Obviously, this coin, I mean, no big exchange is going to be listing that coin just because of the name. Myro, remember where Myro was at one point, and now it is in the dumps. And if we just continue going lower, I mean, guys, yeah, this coin was at a couple billion. The MAGA coin is in the dumps. Jesus, Sigma is in the dumps. Dude, I remember some of these, unfortunately, Hoppy, right? Hoppy's starting to slow down now because it's like reaching near its like pretty much bottoms. But man, some of these coins that were respectable and decent and like decent plays, like Mother's at 7 million. Ooh, it is just, we are just bleeding, ladies and gentlemen. That is just the truth. We are bleeding, but we are also bleeding less than most coins, which makes me believe that we will be one of the survivors, right? I do believe we will survive this. Like I said, worst case scenario, probably between like 1.5 to 2 cents. So you should, at worst case, after everything, break even. Obviously, we'll monitor everything, but yeah, that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, it's also good to diversify your portfolio. I know some of you guys are just all in on Turbo. Very, very scary to be doing that. Remember, it's a meme coin at the end of the day. Regardless of everything, meme coins are a double-edged sword. They will pump 15% in a day, but they will also drop 15% in a day. So yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.